All right, guys, so this video we're working on the rear suspension. It's a frustration day. So the rear suspension gave me a lot of problems, which you'll see. There's some editing, some bleeps, some boops, all the things. But we're going to get on the rear suspension and see how that works out, see how we get along, and enjoy the video. It's a little bit longer just because I ran into so many issues. But after this, we only have one more left in this series. So it's been a tough road. I'm not going to say that doing a rear suspension is easy anymore, or a front suspension, or any kind of suspension on a Cherokee is easy anymore. I had a friend of mine that we did his years and years and years ago, and his was called Munch because it's super rusty. His was easier than mine, and we got it all done in one day. Mine is 2 days and one night. So we're going to finish up the rear suspension in this video and then move on to the rest of it in the very last video that finalizes everything, and then you'll see the end results. I'll have all the measurements on there, and we're good to go. Enjoy the video, guys. All right, folks, so I didn't realize I wasn't recording. Luckily, I didn't talk too much. Right now, I'm trying to get this bolt loose. This is the difficult one because Jeep decided, hey, let's put this bolt through here and let's weld in a capture nut on the other side. The welds break, sometimes this doesn't let go. That's not grand. So right now, I am trying to get it loosened up. We're gonna put a little heat to it. Some of the other things that I talked about was rear sway bar. This is the rear sway bar. In most cases, people just eliminate this. Jeep actually eliminated it as well when they came out with the Upcountry package. So that I'm just going to take off. I don't need it. My YJ doesn't have them. I'm not towing any heavy things with it, so why keep it? Gone. This right here is where the bump stop used to be. As you can see, it's fairly non-existent. It's the same on the other side. So I've got new bump stops that'll go in there and stop the axle from coming up too high, causing contact up here, which looks like it might have already happened. So we've got some things that we're gonna change on this, make it better, and keep moving. So let me get some heat to that bolt. All right, and with the blowtorch. Now there is a rubber bushing in there. The rubber bushing will most likely try to catch fire, but I'll blow it out. I was just going to try a little bit of heat first and see if that helps. Nope. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed that a piece fell out. I almost forgot. I gotta support the axle. See, this part I just kind of jumped in. I didn't actually look at the instructions, and I bet it says, hey, doofus, disconnect the axle from the leaf spring and then remove the leaf spring. Why would I read the instructions? Making sense things. Okay. Boy, the air tools are so nice right now. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to fit on the other side. Woohoo! Oh yeah! Snap into a, you know, that thing. Oh, jeez. Well, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. There. Is that better? Let's raise you up a little bit too. All right, there you go, guys. Sorry, I didn't even realize you can't even see it. So, okay, so I've taken out those two and that one in the back. Now I'm going to get the other one in the back. You know, I love it when things work out. I really, truly do. Ow. I go being complimentary that things are working out, and lo and behold. So, it's not hot anymore. That's the eye to the leaf spring. It's not supposed to be that way. Plate out. Alright, you gotta be careful. That side goes. I don't know if you can see it. Right there is our brake line. U-bolt's right there. So that's not grand, don't hit that. U-bolt is out. I'm missing one nut. It's under my foot. Go ahead and disconnect the shock as well. Little trick if it doesn't want to come off. Threaded a couple couple of twists, if that, and boom, off it goes. All right, now too much stress on the brake line. Okay. Never stress your brake line. It's a bad deal, guys. Let's go ahead and remove the rear and see if that front bolt will loosen up. Well, I got some movement. You know what I'm going to have to possibly do though? I can't get the bolt out. Because my hitch is in the way. And yeah, it's a little warm. Unless I go up top, but then it's another capture nut situation, and I haven't been lubricating that one. Oh, hello, spider. What, buddy? Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Oh. Guys, I'm telling you, fresh muddled lemonade. It's amazing. The wife's event yesterday, even though it was a small event, did really, really well. She is super stoked about it. Plastic. Yay! That's all the paint from this thing. This is your leaf spring shackle. We having fun yet, guys? See if we can get this bad boy out. It's not supposed to be that way, guys. It's broken. I knew I had broken things.
Now I know what it was. So my next step was I went to the other side to get this sway bar out of here because it's just in the way. It's still in the way. Look up below! Now, I'm just trying to line up the bolt hole. Problem is you can't see it. You know? Alright, so I figured out I just wasn't lining it up right. I had to use a flashlight, shine it through to get the holes to line up, and very gingerly put it in there. So, that's done. Now I need to snug it up. So we don't want to tighten it down all the way. It just needs to be snug right now. And if I use my air tool, I might get too many uggas and duggas. Ow! That hurt. I would love to stop hurting myself. It's this one. And because I lubricated everything beforehand, it was all lubricated and ready to go. I also lubricated inside, so as the bolt is going through, lubricating the bolt a little bit too, which is a grand idea because of how pretty this one is. There. And there we go. A little bit better, not rub it on the pinch weld so much. Snug. That's it. I say that's snug. It still moves around really well. Now we gotta center the axle on this. Bam. Okay, now I'm going to go get the U-bolts. U-bolts. Nuts for said U-bolts. I'm going to go ahead and do the difficult one first. Okay. The other one is just a single brake line that it's working around. And then I put the plate on top. And those there. Washers on all four. Bolts on all four. So I am only snugging them by hand. I'm not doing anything crazy. Alright, I think I'm going to have to loosen up that rear shackle anyway. I don't have a way around it. I gotta do it. Alright, so I'm working on this. If anybody wants to get me anything, I would love a large ratcheting 1/2 inch. Leverage makes all the difference. Especially when they make it to where your air tools don't get in there. That is tight. Alright, so this is not new. There is not one available in about a 60-ish mile radius, and those stores don't have the front shackles. They're still solid, they're rust pitted. So what I did is I cleaned them all up, cleaned this one up. I'll do the same with the other one. Got all the old paint off of it and then put new Rust-Oleum on it. So that's about as good as it's going to get for the time being. And yes, it's still drying. That's in. So I guess at this point I can go ahead and put the, what happened there? I can go ahead and put the this. You know what this is? The hitch. Like I said. Air tools up there. Can't tell if it's going in or not. I know I'm not really talking a whole lot right now, guys. I'm sorry. A little tired. I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. I think it's going in. But much like the front one, it's a blind hole. But unlike the front one, I can't see it. So it's just a matter of trying. I think it's going. No, because I still can't get that in there, so. Alright, I'm going to pause it so that it's not running the whole time. Okay. That should be sufficient for that. Now I need to go ahead and get the shock for that side and put that on. All right, so now we're going to take out the shock. It's got two bolts at the top, much like the front did, and those are for the bar pins. Now, a lot of people actually use the bar pin eliminator kit. But guess what I don't have? Bar pin eliminator kit. Oh no! I literally just said this side is going much smoother. I'm going to pause the video so that I can cuss. Okay, so as you can see, broken and broken. So I don't have bolt extractor kit, so check with my neighbor. He does not have a bolt extractor kit. So here's what I am going to do. Same thing as what I had to do up front with the spring hold down. I'm going to drill out that area, and all through here, all through here is open. So I'm going to use a magnet and bring it through and drop a bolt through there and drop a bolt through there and then do it in reverse, which really should have been done from the manufacturer. And ever think about rust? Put bolts there, and then all of a sudden you can clean everything before it comes out instead of rust welding. Just literally had just said to my wife, everything's going well, much better than yesterday. Okay, so I'm gonna get to it. This part's going to be boring, so I'm not going to video it, but I want to let you know what the process is going to be. And once I get the holes drilled and get one of them in, I'll show you exactly what I'm doing to get them in there, okay? Cool. After an obscenely long time, burning myself, cussing, being angry at everything, I finally got it. So as you saw, those bolts broke. And there they are. Okay. Focus. Okay, so here's what I did. I drilled 2 really big holes. The one that's on the right was not deep enough for me to actually feed the bolt from the other side to where I could snug it down like I did on the left. The left one works well, but it's a little short. The right one, the bolt is a little bit long, but it's because of the bar pin connector and everything else, it'll be fine. Now, as you can see, I have a wire hanging here. That wire is what I fed it up there with. Piece of duct tape with the wire wrapped around it, fed it up there, started the threads, put the bar pin on that one, started the thread on that one as gently as possible to not push the bolt through, and snug it down as best I can, and then got the ugga-duggas from my small impact. And here I am. I do believe that was an hour and a half worth of work. I didn't pay attention to the time because I'm going to get angry about it. But that's what it is. So now I need to do the same on the other side. First, I'm going to put the bump stop in. Or the axle snubber is what they call it. So it's going to go in right there. It's this beautiful thing. There it is. Okay. As always, start your bolts by hand. Don't just ugga-dugga them. That's going to create a problem. And this is going to prevent the axle from running up into everything else. Wrong size. Axle snubber. Okay. Let's do the other side. See if I can get done. Okay, so I already broke a bolt right there. Fun. Not really. I'm quite done with broken bolts. So this time what I'm going to do with those, I'm going to heat the crap out of them. Let's give her a shot, see what she does. Okay, so I had to cut the video real fast. You probably guess what happened. Both of them broke again. I'm gonna go drill some holes now and be angry for a while. I'll be back. Alright, so I'm already on my back, so I don't know how much of this you guys can actually see, but I'm going to show you my process of getting these dang bolts in here. If you can't tell, I'm a little on the frustrated side. I broke 3 bolts on this side, 2 bolts on that one. So frustration is high right now. Okay, so I have wire, duct tape, and it's wrapped around the bolt, sorry, the nut. You want to kind of try to angle it where it needs to be. Come on, wire. And you just have to get it to the hole. Nope, rotated. The wire is really long now and it's fighting me because that side had to have more, so I didn't want to cut it. Alright, there she is. And I didn't have the bolt ready. Oh God. Okay, got to reposition. Sometimes you lose where you're at. It's okay to reposition. Just use good duct tape. Oh, come on now. Oh, I just had you. And there we go. I got it started. Okay. Now that it's started, pull the wire. This time the duct tape came with it. The other two didn't. It's just going to be removal of the leaf spring itself. This time I'm not going to video it. You guys saw it last time, and I just want to focus on getting it done. So it's the same process, nothing different. Juice and heat in the back there, and get it out. Let's keep moving. Hi everybody! Simpsons. So, drilled a hole. Axle snubber is in. Now I gotta tighten that down, and I found out that there's like a little plate in there that creates the nutsert, which is why things rust. Jeep, don't do that. Do studs. Good gravy. I'm gonna go on that. That's my soapbox. I'm done. I'm not gonna say anymore. So, I tore the plate up a little bit, creating the hole, and now that the axle snubber is on there, I'm going to tighten it down. Bam! How about them apples? Axle snubber is in place. Now you know what I get to do? How about this? Luckily, it's a fairly thin wire. You can just snap it. You have to excuse my anger. This has been a lot more frustrating than I had intended it for it to be. Because all of my preparation, spraying things down and lubricating and penetrating, it just hasn't made much of a difference, which is very frustrating. So now I'm going to clean this up, paint it real quick, and attach it to the other leaf spring pack, and then we should be good to put this on and move on to the next part, which my wife is at the store right now getting my sway bar end links, because there's a store in Lebanon that actually had 2 of them. I only spent about twice the amount, but oh well, because I could have got them from Quadratech for a lot cheaper, like half. But it is what it is. That's why I picked this weekend. I had financial backup in case I needed it. Because in the grand scheme of it, I was prepared for spending a whole lot more than what I'm spending today. So I'm okay with it, but I didn't want to spend money. Money does not grow on trees, even though it's made of paper. All right, I'm going to pause you guys. I'm going to get the rear leaf spring for this side, clean up the shackle, and move forward. Keep on keeping on. All right, like I said, moving forward, we have the axle leaf spring in place. Did I nail that first off? No. Couldn't have. I have the rear shackle drying real quick before I slap it on here. I figured I'd paint it and then do this part. Good gravy, quit it. Having problems with my ratchet. It's yeah. Well, I did get it right off the bat. I guess it's saying you've had enough. Just snug. Why? Because the suspension needs to flex. And it can't flex if it's already torqued down. You know what I mean? There we go. Had to line her up, you know? Bingo! Backwards loosen. Sweet. It's on. It ain't pretty, but it's on. Now we need to center the axle. Oh, I gotta raise it up. We got to center the axle so that this little bolt goes into a hole on the axle itself. And there we go. Now we're going to take our plate, do a little scrape on it. See how there's just a little bit of surface earth on it? Get rid of the scale on it. You know, it's been like that since 1996. I highly doubt that my little bit of scraping on it's really gonna make much of a difference. Oh, the bolts are over there. Whenever you put these on, make sure you go between the axle tube and your brake lines. Brake lines go on the outside of it. You trap a brake line in this, oh, it's a bad deal. I'll just put the plate on in a minute. Okay. Plate's on. Put that bolt right in the center of the plate. I do have some unfortunate news though. I talked to the owner of the barn while she was coming home from church. She always likes to stop by. You know, this was her brother's place. So her and the other brothers and the other sister are still alive. But she stopped by and I told her what the cost of the barn repair was going to be. I can't remember if I told you. Quote, I got the quote on Friday. $4,000, which in the grand scheme of it, it's not that bad. But they're also not planning on keeping this. Well, they're keeping it. They're not planning on, as soon as Miss Betty passes, that it'll remain in the family, which is unfortunate. She has sentimental value attached to it. The other brother and the other sister do not. So the likelihood that it will sell is high. I offered to buy it, but I wouldn't be able to buy all of it because it's 89 acres. And 89 acres is a bit out of this guy's price range. So, that being said, the likelihood of them selling just a small property to me and not selling off the whole thing, really low. It is what it is. So, I guess I'll be without power unless I can find some way to make this system work. Oh, sorry. So unless I can make this system work, I'll be out of power. It really stinks. No welder, no air compressor unless I do what I did today. Well, I guess the welding I can do that over at the house. I just have to be outside for that part. So it's not ideal, but I mean it is what it is. So bad news on that. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep working. We're gonna move the jack stand or the jack up a little bit more so that I can get the shackle back in place, because I have to do that by lifting the rear end. Cool. Here we go. Okay, so it's mostly back in place. I caught my axle with my exhaust a little bit here. So I'm gonna lower it back down some and bring this back up. And I'm gonna raise it up again. There we go. Okay. So a little bit of pry on that gets that into place a little bit better. Now we move it up. And I do believe we are set where we are. All right, so finally done with that. Shock is on, pump stop is on, rear shackle's in, front shackle's in, nothing's tight, everything is snug. The only thing I'll have left to do is the transfer case adapter, well not adapter, transfer case drop. Now, like I said, I did not spend money on that, I bought that myself, or I built that myself. It is, gotta go up a little bit higher. Okay, so it's aluminum spacers that are exactly 1 inch. So that it will space out the transfer case by 1 inch. As you can see, I'm not doing my rear brakes. I'm done. I can't do it right now. I am pretty well exhausted, and I still have that, and I still have the alignment to do. So I am not going to do that today. But I've got all the parts, and we'll do that another day. Always start by hand threading your nuts on. Never go straight to the impacts. Why? Because you cross thread them. And you create problems you don't want. Now we'll be actually torquing these, but for the moment, I'm just going to do the 1-uggas, because mine has forward 1, 2, 3. We're doing 1. Always put your lug nuts on in a star pattern. Alright, wheel number 1 is on. It is quite a bit taller. Looks good. New tires will make it look even better. Alright, I'm gonna go eat. Starving. So I'll be back and then we'll finish up. I've got the transfer case drop I'll do real quick. That won't take long. And then we will set up the steering. Yeah, cool. Let's move forward, guys. Right on.
Make sure to like and subscribe.